March 25, 1992 was a big day for Pakistan. The national cricket team beat England to win the World Cup.
Pakistan win the World Cup, a magnificent performance.
Imran Khan was the face of victory. The Pakistani captain was already a global celebrity, and he had a reputation for being a handsome bachelor. But almost 30 years later, Khan's public identity has completely changed. He's now Pakistan's new prime minister.
आखिर में मैं पाकिस्तानियों से अपने कौम से प्लेज करता हूँ कि इंशाल्लाह मैं आपको साबित करके दिखाऊंगा कि यहाँ भी हम अपना गवर्नेंस सिस्टम ठीक कर सकते हैं.
So, how did Pakistan's cricket superstar become its new leader? And will he be the one to bring change in a country that has long been controlled by its powerful military? From a young age, Imran Khan was exposed to foreign influences. He grew up in Lahore, where he attended British prep schools, and eventually went on to Oxford University, where he sharpened his cricket skills. Living in England, Khan started gaining popularity as a cricketer. He embraced his life in the West and became a staple of celebrity culture. His athletic career lasted more than 2 decades. After winning the World Cup in 1992, he retired from the game. Initially, he stayed away from politics.
I am not meant to be a politician there. Not everyone becomes a prime minister to help his country.
In 1994, he opened the first specialized cancer hospital in Pakistan. Around the same time, he started shedding his ladies' man image and re-engaged with religion. He married his first wife of 3, British heiress Jemima Goldsmith, who converted to Islam after they settled in Pakistan, where he further distanced himself from his life in the West. In 1996, Khan created his own political party, the PTI. He promised to build an Islamic welfare state that would take care of the poor and hold the people in power accountable.
Only few people are held accountable. The rest, who are known crooks, get away with it, come back to fight another election.
He had a strong anti-corruption message and positioned himself as the alternative to Pakistan's 2 political dynasties, the Sharifs and the Bhuttos, who had been trading off power and corruption charges for decades. At first, Khan's party had little success, failing to win a single parliamentary seat in the 1997 elections. But several years later, in 2013, Khan's party won control of a northwestern province bordering Afghanistan. His anti-corruption agenda had started gaining ground, especially among young Pakistanis. And it was working on a national level. He went from being the long shot to a strong political contender in the election for prime minister. He lost to Nawaz Sharif of the Sharif dynasty, but was now a key political player in Pakistan. As a cricketer, Imran Khan was a reliable performer, but as a politician, he has taken some unexpected turns. In 2013, Khan's party called for a review of Pakistan's controversial blasphemy law, which carries a death penalty for insulting Islam. They said religion was being misused to attain power in the majority Muslim country. Now, 5 years later, Khan has been criticized for defending the same law. Earlier, as part of his anti-corruption stance, Khan denounced opponent Sharif's party, but later he recruited candidates from the same party to boost his own. Khan has also been criticized for his leniency with the Taliban. In 2012, after 14-year-old Malala Yousafzai was shot in Pakistan by the Taliban for championing education for girls, Khan showed support for the militant group at large, calling their fight a justified holy war.
अफगानिस्तान में जो लोग लड़ रहे हैं एक फॉरेन ऑक्यूपेशन के खिलाफ, ये जिहाद है.
Khan blames the U.S. for the rise of extremism in the region. He has long been a critic of U.S. military intervention in Afghanistan, particularly the drone strikes along the Pakistan border. This anti-American sentiment resonated with large parts of the Pakistani population that see the U.S. as an enemy. His own solution for the Taliban is centered on peace talks, a push that has earned him the nickname Taliban Khan.
So you're basically recommending a strategy of negotiation with the Taliban and a complete elimination of the drones, if I hear you properly.
It is the only way. Believe me, it is the only way.
What makes Khan's tolerance of the Taliban interesting is that it seems to align with the interests of the Pakistani military. The military's power can be traced back to 1947, when British India was divided into 2 countries, a Muslim-majority Pakistan and Hindu-majority India. As people migrated to the country of their religion, intense violence broke out. The Pakistani military stepped in to settle conflict at the border, becoming a symbol of national identity and the establishment that held the new country together. Since then, the military has controlled all national security and foreign policy matters. One of their main concerns is the war in Afghanistan, which benefits them in two ways. On one hand, the US has paid the Pakistani military billions in exchange for routes through the country to continue their fight with the Taliban. At the same time, the military supports the Taliban because the instability in Afghanistan keeps the country isolated from Pakistan's rivals, especially India. The military has also interfered with the democratic process within Pakistan. Since independence, it has either ruled the country directly or controlled it indirectly. Pakistan has had 22 prime ministers, and none of them has ever completed a full term. They either resigned, they were terminated, they finished a term they didn't start, or they were assassinated. There were also 3 successful military coups. Because of Pakistan's tense political past, the election was high stakes. In the months leading up to the vote, religious extremist groups tried to destabilize the electoral process by killing at least 200 people in a string of attacks, including a polling station bombing on election day that killed 31 people. Just weeks before the 2018 election, Khan's opponent, former Prime Minister Sharif, was convicted of corruption and sentenced to 10 years in jail. The military was accused of engineering Sharif's downfall and clearing the way for Khan. Khan went on to win against Bilawal Bhutto and Shahbaz Sharif, the new candidates from Pakistan's political dynasties. His win was followed by protests and accusations of election fraud, which he said he would investigate. And on August 18th, Imran Khan was sworn in as the Prime Minister of Pakistan. Since the victory, his corruption message has remained front and center.
Accountability शुरू होगी मेरे से, फिर होगी मेरे वजीरों से, फिर हम नीचे जाएंगे.
But his anti-American stance seems to be shifting.
United States के साथ हमारी एक ऐसे ताल्लुकात हो जो कि mutually beneficial हो.
Whether the new leader will bring about the change he promised is still uncertain. The only certainty is that his leadership will be shaped by his relationship with Pakistan's most powerful authority, the military.